Hi, Andrew here, and I want to tell you, keep busy. My father likes to say, if you need to get something done, ask a busy man. And the longer I kick around, the longer I realize, or the more that I realize, he was absolutely right. Lately, I've been giving you advice in how to get moving. Find some small thing, do it. Take the energy from that, the momentum from that, and choose another small thing and do it. And keep on going and going until you get your flywheel spun up and you're in motion and you're moving and you're getting things done. How does this apply to your mental health? Well, think back to that old expression, idle hands are the devil's playground. Well, it's not just idle hands and it's not just the devil. An idle mind, an unoccupied mind, is depression's playground. When I find myself couch locked, when I find myself vapor locked, when I can't get anything done, that's when I find the monster starts to get a hold of me. When he gets a hold of me and I can't do anymore, and it gets harder and harder and harder to get going again. Well, how do you avoid the problem of trying to get going again? Don't stop. Sounds simple, but it's not. Even when you're moving, we can burn out. If you're moving too much, if you're doing too much, all of a sudden you crash into a wall and you stop. And if one of your triggers hits, now you're stuck again and you've got to fight the battle all over again. This is why I have offered you the advice not to go all out. All out means you will eventually run out of energy. You'll run out of gas and you'll stop. And the harder you went, the longer you'll stop. The longer you stop, the easier it is for your mental health problems to take a hold and pin you down. And then the harder it is for you to get going again, and you're into that vicious cycle. So, once you've chosen that one little thing, once you've got yourself up and moving, once you've got the next thing done, and the next thing, and the next thing, and you're in motion, keep in motion, but don't go too hard. I can't stress it enough. If you go too hard, you will eventually run out of gas. Think about New Year's resolutions. I read somewhere that the majority of New Year's resolutions don't last 2 weeks. Something like 50% of them are broken in the first 2 weeks. I've written on the topic. Before I spout off, I should probably look up the actual numbers. So let's not go with the actual numbers. Let's not pull numbers out of the air. Ooh, there's one. I'll get a hold of it. There it is. No, let's not do that. We know how hard it is to make and keep. No, sorry. We know how easy it is to make a New Year's resolution. We also know how hard it is to keep a New Year's resolution. And the reason is we always resolve to do something, and it's some big thing. Well, we start out, and let's just take the most typical one. I'm going to get in shape. So we join a gym, and we go the first week, and we go 2 or 3 times, and by that second or third time, our body is aching. It hurts. Going back to exercise after a long time off, it hurts. You get sore. So you're stiff and you're sore, and that next exercise comes up, that next workout comes up, and you think, oh, well, I'll skip this one. I'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, and you think, still a little sore. Maybe you make it that next week, eventually. But you don't go the 3 or 4 times you were planning. You go from 3 or 4 times to 2 or 3 times to once or twice to you're done. You went big and you crashed. What if instead of that big thing, buy a gym membership, go 4 times a week? What if you force yourself to do one small thing? When you get up in the morning, take a 5-minute walk. That's it. Do that every day. A small bit of motion. That small bit of motion then gives you the opportunity or the ability to get to the next one and ramp it up slowly. Again, I know people will tell you, go all in, do everything. And I'm the opposite. I say, build it up slowly. Well, your mental health problems are analogously similar to this New Year's resolution to get in shape or to lose X number of pounds, and you go on a crash diet that lasts, until your first temptation comes, and then you binge and then it's gone. If you try to do too much too soon, you overload your plate, you crash into the wall of, oh, I'm so busy, I'm so tired, I just can't face it, and you miss a day, and that turns to 2, that turns to 3, and you find yourself stuck again. Don't let yourself do that. Get busy, but do it step by step. Start slowly, a little bit at a time. Add something new when the first thing that you've done is now habitual. I did it with my exercising. I've done it with these videos. When it's worked, I've done it with my posting. But don't try to do too much too soon. Ramp yourself up to it. Get yourself busy. Make being busy habitual. Make it part of your daily routines. Make it a part of your rituals so that you are in motion all the time, getting things done and never getting idle, and never letting the devil play with those idle hands, and never letting your mental health problems take root in that idle brain. At least that's what I'm trying, and so far it's working. Maybe it'll work for you. Give it a try.